Welcome to Our Lady of Hope, Catechism 101, why we do the things we do. The topic is relics. My brothers in Christ, relics go all the way back to the Old Testament, to the prophet Ezekiel. He is the prophet that gave us the mark of the tau, the sign of the cross on your forehead will save you. He gave us the images of the gospel writers. Well, it's he that spoke about the good Lord breathing life into the bones. As a matter of fact, my brothers and sisters in Christ, if you go to 2 Kings, where they were throwing a body that had already passed into the grave of the bones of Elijah, and all of a sudden the body is resurrected. If you go back later in 2 Kings, you see where Elijah takes his garment to touch the Jordan and the river parts. And then when you get to the New Testament, the Acts of the Apostles, where Peter and Paul would go, usually around Solomon's colonnade, and they would begin to touch people. And when they couldn't get to them, they'd take pieces of their garment and lay it on top of them. Even Peter's shadow would cause people to be cured. My brothers and sisters in Christ, back in the day, before Constantine comes into the world, about the year 300-400, you and I would have to have prayed in catacombs below ground, and oftentimes above the tombs or on top of the tombs of people that we considered to be holy, like Peter and Paul, the apostles, right? Well, the same is true with the basilicas of the early church. They were built upon graves, on top of graves. Why? Because He's the God of the living, not of the dead. So today, every church has relics of saints, right? Because we're all praying together as a community of saints. So relics are important to us. They allow us to stay in contact, if you will, both physically and spiritually, with those of our past. But at the end of the day, please remember, He's the God of the living, not of the dead. God bless.